Peace and love, y'all. Montague here with a few hints and tips around how to keep your energy in a good way during this eclipse on April 8th, 2024. Maybe some of you are saying, well, what's so bad about an eclipse? And it's not that an eclipse is bad. It's just that the eclipse is chaotic. It's a chaotic energy. It tends to be a little extreme in how it operates. It could be incredibly destructive. Even if it's moving in your favor, it can still be done in a harsh way. It's just a very heavy-handed alignment. It's very heavy-handed, you know. So even when it's trying to do good, usually there's some kind of sudden jolt or jerk that can be very painful, even if in the long run it's helpful. So we don't want painful jerks, you know, if we can get graceful ones, you know. So here's some hints and tips to get to be able to kind of deflect some of those eclipsed rays. You know, remember the sun represents holiness, divinity. It is our it is the consciousness, the heartbeat of consciousness. It represents consistency. It's supposed to be consistent. It's supposed to always raise and go down, and it's supposed to be the element of consistency. But when it's subverted, those rays can be somewhat toxic and cause some very destructive things to happen. So tip number one is to be mindful of your words, largely because also Mercury will be in retrograde during this solar eclipse. So watch your words, be very, very careful on how you're using them, because you don't want to manifest anything that can harm you later. So you got to keep your thinking positive on this day, because things can come way rapidly. You know, you could say, oh, I hate this stupid car, and your car gets smashed. You know what I mean? Like it's that extreme. Second thing is just to be mindful, just in general. You want to be mindful in general of like where you step, where you're putting your hand, where your body is in space, because this is a high time where a lot of various accidents can happen, various injuries can happen during an eclipse. You also want to stay inside as much as possible on April 8th, 2024. Stay indoors, stay out of direct sunlight as much as possible, especially during the rays and time where the sun is actually being eclipsed and the light is skewed. Now, not all of us can stay indoors. Not all of us have that privilege. So for those of you who do not, I recommend wearing dark shades on your face to protect your eyes. Do not look at that sun. And to wear white clothing to deflect the sun's rays off of you. I also recommend that you wear quartz, and that if you're outside during the actual eclipse, that you keep that quartz in the palm of your hand, absorbing those energies. I also recommend being prayerful on that day. So if there's a prayer you have, you know, do the most elaborate form of it in whatever system you're practicing. You know, so pour your libation, do your meditation, light your sage, do all those things. Drink tons of water, and be in tune with that water element during that day as well. It's very important, but you want to stay hydrated, because physiologically we operate better when we're moist. Okay. And the last thing I would say is to activate your altar. So light your candles, you know, bring your herbs to the altar, pour your water, light your incense, you know, brush off your altar, clean it up. And if you do all those things, then the eclipse will have a less dramatic impact upon your auric blueprint. All right.